John Legend is here. Why do you look so good? What's going on? I mean, you really do look good, and you've always looked good, but you've got a vibe today.
I'm rested. I feel healthy. I feel good. I'm excited.
Right.
Life is good.
Good for you, man. Yeah. That's awesome. We're so happy to have you here, too.
I'm so happy to be here.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the album. 24 songs?
24 songs, 2 acts, 12 songs in each act. And all she want to do is on act 1. And we've got, quite a nice lineup. Some great guests. Saweetie, Money Long, Jasmine Sullivan, Rick Ross, Jid, Janae Aiko, and Ty Dolla $ign.
Okay.
Just some great people.
That's a lot of people. You got to pay all those people?
Yeah. Sometimes we swap.
Okay, you do something on theirs.
I've been on Janae's album before.
Okay.
I've been on Rick Ross's album.
Right.
And so a lot of times we'll swap for our fees instead of actually paying cash.
Is it kind of like a set thing, though? Now I'm like really curious because I wouldn't want somebody to come to me like, well, I'm going to need a bit more than Sweetie got, need a bit more than so-and-so.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
Well, everybody's got their own price. And, it's like everything's a negotiation.
There you go.
And
there
negotiation's about power and the willingness to ask for what you want.
Right. Do you remember last time you came in and Brian said, please don't bring it up? And Jill actually mentioned it to us too. And it's been a minute. So maybe before the pandemic, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had why are you filming this part, Valerie? That's going to be bad for me.
Hey, we're filming all of it.
Well, yeah. We went downstairs to Morton's for lunch. And we had a couple cocktails. And so we might have actually done an interview with you. I'd say tipsy for safety purposes.
Okay.
But we might have been drunk.
Was it, you think, better than normal or worse than normal?
It was
or
a good
just
interview.
Normal?
It was good.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
I was sober.
Break out the secret.
Perhaps we found the secret. It might not be sustainable.
Hey, how's the family? How are the kids?
They're doing so well.
Yeah?
Of course, we're with child.
Congratulations.
Chrissy's, got a few more months to go, but we're very excited about the new baby that's coming into our lives. And we just got back from vacation before Labor Day, and now the kids are back in school.
So they're both in school because they're like one's 6 and one's like 3 or something?
Miles is 4, so he's in his second year pre-K.
Wow.
And he'll go to kindergarten next year, but Luna is in 1st grade now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And is it still at the point where, because my kid's 14 and you met him over the years and stuff, did the thumb wars and all those things.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah. So Colin's 14 now, freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
Just started high school, which is crazy to me. Are you at the point, I think Luna being 6, you're probably still kind of there, where life's problems can be solved with a cookie?
Oh, well, they're very bribable. Yes. They're susceptible to bribes and cookies, treats. They definitely help.
Well, it's funny because I always tell people, like Brian back here, our producer's got 3 kids, and he's watched Colin kind of grow up, through his eyes. He's seen my kid and everything. And you get to a point where you can no longer solve life's problems with a cookie. And that's a tough spot for a parent.
Miles doesn't negotiate very well.
Yeah.
Like, he just does what he wants.
Really?
He's kind of stubborn. Occasionally we can win him over with a brownie or a cookie.
He's just going to do his thing.
If he doesn't want to do something, he's just not going to do it.
Right.
He hates vegetables.
Oh, no.
And so, trying to get him to eat just one green thing.
Something with all her.
We try to mix it into stuff.
Yeah.
He sees the green in there and he does not want it.
Nothing to it.
And he's inconsolable, unnegotiable, non-negotiable, whatever the word is. Yeah, he's tough.
Go ahead, John. Sorry.
How are they when it comes to, your Wonder Woman video is beautiful of the entire family. How are they when it comes to stuff like that?
They were good. Luna's easier because she just gets the picture. She's like, okay, I got it.
Done this.
She's 6 years old and she's very smart and very responsible and very aware of her surroundings. Miles is still he marches to the beat of his own drummer still.
That's wild. I love that though.
Yeah.
He's independent. He's doing his thing.
He is. I love him. He's funny. He's become more talkative lately and just more engaged in the world. And it's just funny and fun to see them grow up.
Do you see one of them having more of characteristics of you or Chrissy or?
I definitely see a lot of Chrissy and Luna.
Yeah.
It's unclear whose personality Miles is going to have because he doesn't seem like me right now.
Right.
But he looks a lot like me.
Yeah.
He does.
Yes.
Were you ever like, did you ever have a really strong independent streak? Did you ever like push back on society or anything?
I was a nerd growing up.
What defined you as a nerd?
Well, I just love to read. I love to like watch Jeopardy. I love to. I would just read encyclopedias for no reason.
Right.
Like we were homeschooled for a while, so a lot of our learning was independent anyway.
Okay.
But I was very precocious. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you find that to be pretty cool being homeschooled? Because I know a lot of people out there during the pandemic switched to homeschool.
We did. We homeschooled our kids for that first year.
Right.
And then they went back to school in 21, 22.
Right.
But 2021, they were home with us. And, you know, it's okay. We had a teacher. We hired a teacher and then had a little pod. So, like some of the other preschool parents brought their kids over
That's nice.
to our house.
Yeah.
And so we had a little pod. But I think homeschool is okay, but you definitely lose a lot when it comes to social interaction and stuff.
Right.
But I turned out okay.
Yeah, you turned out pretty good.
I like your
social cues. Totally fine.
My favorite song on the album is Nervous.
I think that's a new crowd favorite, and I think the audience is pushing us to make that the next single.
Oh, please
honestly.
do.
Yeah,
Please do.
Because we the cool thing about streaming and about social media is you can immediately tell which things are getting traction.
Right.
You can see it on TikTok. You can see it on all the streaming services when you get the data back. And Nervous is definitely emerging as one that we haven't even promoted really that much, but people just love it. And so the audience is speaking to us and we're listening.
My brother-in-law, Michael, is a huge fan of yours. He introduced me to this song. He's like, I know you're going to love it. And I immediately did. So I told him you were coming in today.
Yes.
And I said, what do you want me to ask him? He's such a big fan. His response was, his question, how does he do it? And I said, well, how does he do what? And he said, pure magic.
Well,
oh my gosh, what a nice guy.
He loves you.
Well, you know, a lot of it's about making sure I have the right collaborators in the room too, because I don't write a lot of these songs by myself. A lot of them are co-writes and very collaborative. We wrote Nervous with John Ryan, who I did Love Me Now from my Darkness and Light album with. He's a brilliant guy. He's written a lot of great songs over the years. And so a lot of it's just about making sure I stay fresh and keep interesting people in my life that are giving me great ideas and creating with me, collaborating with me. And that's part of how I just stay fresh as an artist.
How big is the support from Chrissy? And I'll preface this by saying I'm married 24 years, be 25, in April of next year.
Amazing.
Thank you.
That's big, 25.
Dude, I know. I'm a little nervous.
What are you going to do?
I don't know, right?
We have 10 next year. That's our
You got 10 coming up?
Yeah.
Okay.
In 2023.
That's big too, man. So once you hit double digits, that's something to talk about.
Yeah, that's what I said last night to Chrissy. Yeah. So last night's our anniversary, our 9th.
Oh, wow,
and,
man.
I said, once we get double digits, that feels like something special.
Right.
So we got to do something special for that.
You have to. So Chrissy and you hitting double digits here. How supportive is she? Because my wife will listen to the radio show here and there, but it's just like she's used to it. It's what I do. It's a job. It brings home a paycheck.
Yes.
My kids know the same way at 14. Oh, yeah, my dad does a radio show. It's on MYfm, I think. Like, what is that? Is Chrissy still all in with you? Or is she like, could you, a little loud in there?
She's very supportive, but she's not like in awe of my work every day.
Right.
Like she can't maintain a level of awe for this long. We've been, seeing each other for like 16 years. So she's seen it all, but she still loves coming to my shows.
Yeah.
The kids still love coming to my shows.
Are they in Vegas with you when you do the residency?
They come a lot of the weekends,
great.
So, I usually do a Wednesday night show, and they don't usually come to that one. But then they'll come out with me on Friday and Saturday, and then we'll go home together. And so, they love it. They still enjoy it, and they sit right where I can see them, and the kids wave at me the whole time. They're very supportive. And Chrissy, she allows me to use her as my video girl sometimes.
Does Chrissy have a favorite song on your new album?
She loves Stardust, which is on Act 2, and that's one of the earlier songs we wrote. We did it with an artist named Milk, who just a great writer and a lovely person, and the song meant a lot because of the timing of when we recorded it, and Chrissy was listening to it during a time when we were still grieving the loss of our baby Jack back in like late 2020, early 2021. And it just meant a lot to us in that time. It was very healing and very inspiring during that time. And so I think that's still her favorite. But hopefully there are some others that are emerging now. But that one I think will always have a special place.
Do you ever, and I guess if I had your talent, so this is kind of hard. I'm trying to put myself in your shoes. If I had your talent, I'm not saying I'd weaponize it. But I'd use it with my wife sometimes.
Use it to your advantage.
Right. You write a special song that no one else ever hears. Your fans never heard it. We've never played it. Do you have something in the arsenal that's only a song for Chrissy?
No, because if it's that good, I'm going to. I'm going to try to make some money off of it.
I'm going to put it out. That's very funny. I love that, man. I love that. What else do we want to talk about? So The Voice, you're back in The Voice.
The Voice is back on Monday. The Voice is back on Monday. We're very excited. We've got Camila Cabello as our newest coach. Gwen is back, and now this is her first season with us as the spouse of Blake Shelton.
Right.
And we're very excited to have this crew together, and we have some incredible artists this season.
It's a great show.
It's such a great show. This is 22 seasons now.
Yeah.
It's my 7th season. And the show just keeps going because people love this connection they feel with the artists, with the coaches, and they still love our format. It works.
Well, I think, and I can speak to this with a bunch of the shows that are musical shows like that without naming other shows or whatever. I think when America gets to see really talented artists impact somebody else's life and explain things and go, why'd you do that? Why'd you do this? You should try this. Or this would be better. Or do a key change or take it to a bridge or whatever it is. That's awesome.
That's my favorite part of being a coach on the show, too, is because I get to spend time with them and think about how to make them stronger, more compelling as artists. And the thing that it does for me is helps me think about how I apply that to my own career.
Right.
I think I've become a better artist, a smarter artist because of all the analysis and all the energy I
You're
pour.
always learning.
Yeah, right? I'm pouring all this energy and analysis into other artists, and it makes me like look back at myself too.
Do you have time to be normal? Do you have time to do you and Chrissy sit back in bed and watch Virgin River? Do you binge shows?
Oh, we binge shows. We were at the Emmys the other day, and I was like, oh, we watched this show, we watched that show. And we watched so many of those shows, and we were like just fans, excited to be there.
Do you have a couple show that the two of you are required to watch together? And if you cheated on her and watched the show,
most of the shows we try to watch together. Yeah. There's a few shows that I'll watch on my own, like if I'm on the road. If I know she's not into them. Yeah. But if she's into it, then I won't skip ahead and watch episodes without her.
That's what keeps a marriage.
You gotta be faithful when it comes to episode watching.
I have,
in addition to other levels of faithfulness.
It's a multi-tier.
Exactly. But I've been sitting on Virgin River for weeks. We haven't gone to episode number 3 because we just haven't gotten.
What is Virgin River? I don't know this.
You don't know Virgin River?
No.
It's like a Hallmark.
Teach me.
Murders and other stuff.
Oh, she likes crime stuff.
Yeah. No,
she's a very into true crime.
Well, how would you describe Virgin River? It's kind of like a small town feel.
Yeah, it's like a more romantic show. There's
very romantic.
A little bit of drama.
It's a little soapy. That's pretty good.
Beautiful.
What network is it on?
Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
But I like all those shows that show small town type stuff.
We like the scammer shows, the Anna Delvey and the guy from Israel that was scamming people, Tinder Swindler.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we like all those shows. Those are fun.
Those are fun. This guy.
I like a scammer. It's fun watching scammers. You're like, how did they? Oh, I guess so.
People fall for stuff though, don't they?
People fall for stuff.
Yeah, that's the
Chrissy was a producer on the one about Manti Te'o too.
Great.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Really good. Yeah.
Manti Te'o. What a story that was.
Yeah,
man.
She's producing the stuff we like to watch now, which is crazy.
And then when you heard that person's voice, they're like, okay, we want to hear how you sounded as a girl, and then you hear the voice like, all right, I get why Manti Te'o thought he was talking to a girl.
And she did a lot of things to disguise herself and to trick him, and used a lot of people in her life to do it, and it was quite a scam.
Yeah, my son and I were watching that one the other night, and my wife didn't remember the full story. You know the story, Joe?
Yes.
Manti Te'o, right? And he's watching it like, Dad, how did the guy fall for this? And then by the end of the show, he's like, all right,
you get it.
Yeah.
You get it. And, there was all this kind of speculation about whether he was hiding something. But I think he was genuinely fooled by it.
I think so, too.
And it was, it's pretty tragic. All that went into deceiving him, how public it became,
right?
How much the world was sympathizing with him, thinking that he lost, his girlfriend
passed away,
in the peak of his, college career.
Right.
It was quite a story, and I'm glad he's doing well now. And
he came out the other side better.
Yeah, and seems to have recovered from it. But that was quite an ordeal.
Tough stuff. John Legend in the studio.
Indeed.
The album is out. Check it out. 24 songs. You're going to get your money's worth on that one.
Yes, it's a double album. We've got Act 1 and Act 2. And I called my Act 1 my Saturday night act. So it's more like fun, sexy, physical, upbeat. And then Act 2 is my Sunday morning. It's a little more mellow, introspective, romantic, spiritual. And that's how I organize the album. And so you can listen to it all together, of course. But if you want to like access different moods, you can go to Act 1 versus Act 2, depending on
find your spot,
what you're feeling.
Right?
Yeah.
Are you a gambling man? Last question.
I'm not.
Okay.
I spend a lot of time in Vegas now, but I do not really gamble. I don't mind gambling. I'll play a little blackjack every once in a while.
Sure.
But I don't get so into it that I need to do it.
Would you gamble with me on your phone? I'll explain what that is.
Oh, my.
You have to answer,
okay.
Right?
This sounds like a virus waiting
No,
to happen.
it's not bad at all. So you open your Instagram.
Okay.
And you hit your Explore page.
Explore.
Right? Because I'm going to show you mine. So I'll go first. And if you want to show me yours, you show me yours. Okay?
Okay. I refreshed it.
Mine. What do you see?
A lot of animals.
A lot of little dogs.
Yeah. We're dog people. We have 4 dogs at home.
Right. So I have dogs that look just like that at home. So it's a lot of animals and a lot of like homes and rebuilding homes and stuff like that.
Mine is a lot of musicians and entertainers. So I have Jay-Z on here, Taylor Swift. I have some voice propaganda, The Voice, my show.
Right, okay. Is there one on there that you go...
Beyonce's on there. Quinta Brunson's on here.
Okay, there's nothing on there that you go, oh, I better hide that?
There's a man with a towel on. I'm not sure why. He has no shirt on. I'm not sure why he's here, but he's here. There's one that's like a reel of somebody's trip to somewhere, one with just a bunch of teeth.
Okay.
It's quite a random. I don't use the Explore page very often.
I don't either. I don't know what's going on.
But I guess they base it on what you
like and stuff.
Yeah,
exactly.
So it's a lot of
see.
entertainers. Because I follow a lot of entertainers.
Yeah, and the guy with the teeth.
And the guy with the teeth and the guy with his abs out.
The towel, that's all he has. Ladies and gentlemen, John Legend.